assassin of the void.
Okay, guys, Boone Headshot here. Um, Bringing you guys a Stonevault, and really good Stonevault run. We +2 this one, and just get into it here. The tank grabs the entire hall, so you want to be watching the swirls. The big golems have a frontal cleave that'll take you down. You want to avoid that as best you can. This is pure chaos. You're going to be watching your feet for those swirls. Everything, send everything as soon as you have an opportunity. I figure out pretty quickly right away that this tank's not going to stop for anything. Banish and the death mark goes out. We reset the bleeds.
Your ascension is complete.
He grabs the pack and the 2 golems, and we just go. The big golems also do a ground and pound. You can hear my feint going off as I try to anticipate it. There's another route that you can do where you actually grab the 2 golems with the first pack to get this guy walking out so that you are ready for him after the second smaller pack is taken care of.
Your ascension is complete.
Cooldowns come back from the pack and immediately go back out for the boss. With your laser, you want to decide if you are or are not going to break those rocks. I try to leave it up to the healer.
Your ascension is complete.
Tank's already in position for that next pack. with is those big, I believe they're called the despoilers. They do the AoE pulse that you need to feint, kind of like the golems. You'll want to keep an eye on that. Much easier to read and see though than the golems. Cooldowns are out. Anytime you start to get a big pack like that and you've got them, reset your bleeds, reset your death mark on a better priority target if you can. Biggest thing to worry about is the loader with that with the cannon. In a big pack like this, it can be hard to see it coming, but it's got a pretty loud cue with its noise as it ramps up.
Your ascension is complete.
And depending on where the patrol is, there's a patrol that'll walk down this hall. You might have to grab one or half, because trying to get them all, I think they shred armor.
Your ascension is complete.
Tank chooses the loader pole here. You can actually go around this guy if you want, to either side. If you've got somebody that can get the anvil for you on the right as you go out that door, you should always go over there and get that. The versatility helps. It's pretty good. The hunter got just slapped.
Your ascension is complete.
I held cooldowns off those loaders. I thought he was going to grab more of the side patrol. I realized that as I take on that group. But he's moving so quick that I couldn't get to use them before the boss. And so that's why they didn't go out until coming up. Every tank's going to be different when you're pugging. want to try to interrupt that molten metal that the caster throws out. It can be tricky because it happens at the same time you have to move to a vent.
Your ascension
And then this is just run to the vent that's not expelling hot gas. Got lucky here, we did not have to run. And I was able to get that kick and get back to safety pretty fast. When they shatter the cube, you can actually faint.
your survival.
Pretty big mistake right there. I thought we were going to stay in and stand and deliver, and everybody turned and ran. So these groups of packs have a stacking debuff that if you let go off too many times can wipe you. The interrupts here are pretty critical. And he grabs both of them and the cooldowns go out.
Your ascension is complete.
This boss fight coming up is probably my least favorite. It's probably everybody's least favorite in Season 1 so far. Got scared there with the swirly, threw Cloak of Shadows out. Wasn't sure if I was going to make it. have to be careful when these shards bust out of there. Killing them all too quick can kill you if the healer's not ready. Killing them too slow will help the boss. And then you have to also time when you pick up the orbs. I'm just throwing bleeds and going back because they don't have a terribly lot of health. I was turning around to make sure it actually died. You're really seeing how the shaman healer is just so good for this fight and for all the fights right now with how easy everybody's staying up. They get a good feint off there with the AoE. You want to try to use everything you got in your toolkit. Looking around, expecting shards a little early. Take a main cart. Main cart. So to save yourself time on these guards, you want to position yourself so that they charge into the wall right next to you and not out into the middle of the floor, so that you can get back onto them quickly and bring them down fast. You'll see them both charge over to the wall. This group of enemies, the biggest thing that you really got to worry about in here is the bursting totem that'll knock you into the air. Can knock you into the air, and then you get comboed into the rock spikes that come out. So when you see that totem, if you've got a pet, like if you're playing a pet class, you can throw your pet on it easily. Or if you can get a hold of it as the melee or just as anybody, you want to try to get that down as quickly as possible. As a rogue, you do have one trick for the affix. As long as you have your airborne irritant with your blind, you can use blind on a target, and it will break the orbs that are pretty close. It usually won't get them all, but if the tank has an ad in the middle of them, you can throw blind out. I barely get stealth off for that pack as we wait for him to come running in. And honestly, once you get past those other bosses, this final boss is the easiest.
Is complete.
Probably the easiest in Season 1. You can help the party out by cloaking the debuff that is given to you. You don't even have to deal with the portal mechanic on the first wave of it. And that makes it a little easier. That's one less person that has to run around to it as they jump around the room. I hold cloak to try to save me from damage as the pools get dropped. So once the portal gets taken off of
Your ascension
somebody, or I'm sorry, once somebody uses the portal, you can see where it's going next with the swirly on the ground. So you can try to get set up as quickly as possible, get it pulled off of you before you die. And then from here, just don't drop your pools in the middle of the room. Leave yourself space to play.
Your ascension is complete.
And pretty impressive run. +2 level 10 Stonevault. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.